Moving on now, the Indian Army successfully neutralized 2 infiltrators near the line of control in the Keran sector of Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara district. The operation, codenamed Pimple, was launched on Friday night based on intelligence information indicating an infiltration attempt. Security forces are conducting a search operation in the area to ensure that no other terrorists are hiding there. 5 Corps shared a post on X informing that a joint operation was launched in the Keran sector on Friday night after specific inputs were received from the intelligence agencies. Teams of the Indian Army and the Border Security Force, or the BSF, conducted the operation and noticed suspicious movement in the area. Terrorists opened fire and attempted to break through the security cordon. However, the security officials succeeded in surrounding the terrorists, and a tight security cordon was established to prevent their escape. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what exactly Operation Pimple is and how it actually took place in Jammu and Kashmir. Now remember, this is a very important operation that has been conducted by our armed forces. Now let's look at the timeline of Operation Pimple. This started before November 7th, remember, 2025. There was ongoing intelligence gathering. So this operation entirely started because there was intelligence information that there might be suspected terrorists in the area. So security agencies monitor increased terrorist movements in the Keran sector. And that is how Operation Pimple was actually initiated, because they got intelligence information regarding increased suspected movement in the area. Then ongoing intelligence gathering also had specific inputs which indicated that a group of 2 to 3 terrorists planned to infiltrate in the region. Now remember, viewers, that winter is approaching, and this is a time when all the terrorists try to infiltrate through that area because it's easier to hide in the snow. So when they had this information, they actually got to know that there might be 2 to 3 terrorists in the area. Based on specific, then on November 7th, 2025, based on specific intelligence inputs, the Indian Army initiated Operation Pimple. So it was November 7th when this entire operation was initiated by the Indian Army. Then joint teams were deployed. Remember, this is a joint operation that was conducted. Troops from the Chinar Corps, supported by the J&K police, moved into forward positions. So since this was a joint operation, troops from the Chinar Corps and the J&K police actually moved towards that area where there was suspected movement. Then on November 7th, again, suspicious activity was detected in the area. So that's when the security forces actually knew that yes, that intelligence report was true. Then they alerted the troops spotted over there, and when they spotted suspicious activity and challenged the terrorists, which resulted in the terrorists opening indiscriminate fire. So when they actually spotted the terrorists actually opened fire on these forces, and then contacts was established. Intense exchange of gunfire ensues, and the terrorists are trapped in a cordoned area. So what happens is, when this gun battle was actually ongoing, the troops formed a cordon area, and so that the terrorists could not escape. Both infiltrators eliminated in the exchange of fires. So on November 8th morning, that is today, we get the news that the troops have been successful in neutralizing these 2 terrorists after establishing that cordon area. Recovery of arms, we also hear that there was a lot of recovery and seizure of arms and ammunition, including preliminary reports which indicated that there was seizure of weapons, including AK series rifles and ammunition and grenades. So they were trying to infiltrate into the region with a lot of these weapons and ammunition. Ongoing search operation, November 8th. So troops are conducting a thorough search area sanitization to rule out additional infiltrators and hidden explosives. So now you have to remember that after this entire operation was conducted, the troops are still conducting a search operation in the area so that they make sure that there are no other terrorists in hiding. Joining me on the broadcast is Brigadier Ranjan Janwal, a defense expert. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Brigadier Janwal, I want to understand that we all know that this, with winter coming in, with winter setting in, usually terrorists and infiltrators use this time to slip into the territory. However, our vigilant armed forces actually neutralize these two, and currently a search operation is ongoing.
You see, what exactly is happening is the area of operation, it is actually not close to LC. So this was not an infiltration attempt. These are the guys, actually winters are settled, there is snowfall on the higher reaches. So these guys are forced to come down because it's very difficult to survive once the snowfall starts on the higher reaches. So they were forced to come down. Few years, the Indian Army and the other agencies have tremendously strengthened their human network. You see that second, that the technological intelligence was always there, but human had gone down, but has now been strengthened. So that is why we are getting a lot of information. And it is this information which is actually producing results, this thing. As far as the cordon and everything concerned, that is a standard operating procedure. Before the army goes in, we must absolutely cordon off the area, and then the surveillance technology is available. We have the drones flying on top. So actually there is no place left for the militants to hide. And you will find these kind of operations, these are the leftovers, small groups of last 1 year, the intense operations. These are hoped to be neutralized over the next few months. And because the new infiltration from the across has almost trickled down. There is just the remnants who are there now. These are the guys who are being tackled and getting a lot of. They'll not be able to survive for long. This thing. And this, when coming winters, it's going to be hot for the terrorists. Because of this infrastructure in place and the human in place, this is going to be very hot for this time, and they'll be forced to take shelters in houses and all, where you are getting the human end. You can't hide out in the jungle. So the forces are taking advantage of this, the weather phenomena, and that's it. It has to happen. It has to happen. Yeah.
Right. Brigadier Ranjan Janwal, I also want to understand the intelligence gathering has been very robust and it's increasing day by day. Could you also shed light on that, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. You see, what has happened is the people have now seen through the game what was happening there initially a couple of decades back, and then right up to, one can say 5-7 years back. There were people who were misguided, who would support either out of financial considerations, give support to them, give shelter to these people. Now that part has dried out because of very intense action by the security forces, as well as the development measures that have been carried out by the government. That has fizzled out, and people are voluntarily now giving a lot of information. Now this is what has actually increased the humanity angle in the whole Jammu and Kashmir, and this is bearing fruit. This is bearing fruit now, and what you are seeing is the fruits of this last 2 years action.